Higher taxes, lower freedom. What is that? Apparently, that's California's recipe for success, or rather what I would call disaster. Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm the business director at Nomad Capitalist, where we help 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs and investors reach their full potential. I was reading several items recently back in the Los Angeles Times, my home city, and I couldn't help but realize that there's a trend. Higher taxes, higher burden, but lower amounts of freedom. Now in Los Angeles, they're pushing that there will be an additional tax on sales of houses above $5 million. That is a significant amount until you realize how high property prices have risen. $5 million certainly doesn't buy you the same real estate that it did a decade or 2 or 3 ago. And that's a problem. Some of those people may have paid significantly less, but as property prices have gone up, they've realized a benefit that should be theirs. But instead, Los Angeles and California as a whole believes it's not yours. Also, there are many proposals, including in the California State Assembly, to have a further wealth tax. I've read 1%, I've read 1.5%, above a certain amount. I've heard 50 million, I've heard others. They're finding ways to take money that they don't have and spend it the way they feel fit. The infrastructure is crumbling. There's higher crime. It's become a state where there has been a significant exodus. In 2 years, 500,000 have left. That is a significant amount. And there's a reason why. It's because it's no longer the place that affords you economic possibilities, but also freedom. California has a bit of an issue that is hypocritical when it comes to their freedom. And a good example is tobacco laws. They're trying to push a new law that would stop all tobacco sales eventually in the entire state. Now, I don't smoke, but that doesn't mean others don't have the right to. The point is, California was also one of the first states to vote and allow marijuana. But nobody's talking about revoking marijuana smoking. I kind of think about the hypocrisy in that. I remember growing up in California and being proud of the state that it had the 5th largest economy in the world. We were bragging, it's bigger than even France. California could be its own country. I really question California's recipe of more taxes, higher burden, and what do you get out of that? And being a finance professional, I look at many things in that way. And right now, I would say California is not a good return on investment. You give a lot and you receive very little. And for me, that's something you want to sell. And maybe that's why so many people have left the state and continue to leave for other places, whether that's other states like Florida or Texas or Tennessee. But I would encourage people to look at beyond just the borders of your own country. Look abroad. There are a lot of opportunities that could be realized, not just locally, but internationally. I've lived for the last several years in Europe, and taxes are higher in many places. But I also receive a benefit as a result of that. Better investment in infrastructure, better social support in certain ways. And so I see a benefit into me paying. In the end, while I do hope California will finally one day regain its title as the Golden State, I feel right now it's not true gold, it's fool's gold. So don't be a fool and look to where you could be treated better and where there are better opportunities outside of California.